Do you feel overwhelmed by the amount of pitching drills and tips out there on social media and the internet? We're here to help you learn how to sift through it so you can make the most of your time. Question you want to ask yourself is, does this particular drill translate to my actual pitch? So a lot of the drills that you see online are really just clickbait and really don't transfer into your pitch at all. They're just there to get likes.
Yep. And we want to be looking for the transferable drills that actually translate into your pitch. So essentially, if you see a drill that doesn't look like it would work in a pitching motion or it wouldn't translate into a pitch, then don't do it.
So what we mean by that is like a few months ago, we were talking about the drill where you hold a bar, something out in front of you while you pitch. That does not transfer into your pitch because when you pitch, your glove arm is active the whole time. It's not stationary and isolated. And so that's what we mean when we say it doesn't translate, is that's not something you would actually do while you pitch.
And I think some of those videos too talk about how it's supposed to help with front side resistance.
I don't even know.
The front side resistance is with your legs. So see what we're getting at? Like when you see it's okay to like use critical thinking skills when you see something and think, does this translate into my pitch, or is what they're saying this works on actually targeting those body parts that they're saying? I mean, it doesn't take much to think, okay, if my arm's out here, how is this going to help with front side resistance? It's not. So
there's so many examples of these clickbaity drills, right? Like kneeling on a physio ball and pitching while balancing on your back leg. Like that's also supposed to work front side resistance, except for you're balancing on your back leg, trying to balance and really not using your front leg for resistance at all. So like it doesn't work front side resistance in the least. It doesn't help with power transfer or anything like that. Or what was the one we just watched where they like stop in the middle of the circle and then rewind to go back to the start without redoing or something like that? Like, okay, so if you're wanting to like stop to work on your front side resistance and kind of see your position, that's fine. But then start the pitch over so you're getting another rep of working that front side resistance.
Or just practice that when you do your Ks, like just starting in that position. Because at no point in a pitch would you stop. Like a pitch, you stay in motion the entire time. If you stop, like that's bad. We don't want to practice doing that.
I do oftentimes see hitches in a circle where the arm slows down. And so, yeah, you're right. We don't want to teach that at all. Now, you might find some drills that like maybe there are drills that you've seen your teammates do or your friends do, and it's okay to try them, but just note not every drill is a one size fits all. So what works for your friends may not actually work for you. And vice versa, right? There may be a drill that really just clicks with you and it helps you with whatever you need, and it doesn't work for anybody else you know. And that's totally fine also. Everybody is an individual and they're going to have different needs that are met different ways.
Another drill that just doesn't make any sense either, kind of going off like kind of similar, but with the Bosu ball where they're talking about building front side resistance, but the ball is on their back leg, which isn't the front, hence front side resistance. It makes sense to think that's not right. These people are taking advantage of people that just feel
100%.
wrong.
It's 100% people taking advantage of people who are just desperate for information.
Yeah,
who don't
which is
know any
okay.
better.
Like people turn to social media for those quick, videos to see, but then people are taking advantage of that for like likes, views, whatever. But I'm like, now you're teaching all of your followers and all of the people that are looking at you the wrong thing.
Or how about the drill where you have the plyo box out in front of you and you're supposed to land on the corner of it?
That's where I was going with this one.
Like, first of all,
danger.
That doesn't work your front side at all, first of all. Secondly, when I've watched that video, right, so you want triple extension on your push off, so hip, knee, and ankle extension. Every single time I've seen that video, the knee is bent. So you're not getting triple extension, you're getting hip extension, except for also watching that, I see the hips drive forward rather than extending. So you're just teaching bad movement patterns. Like it's not even doing what it's supposed to do.
And danger, injury.
So another thing to think about when you're looking at drills, our bodies always work as a unit. We never isolate a single joint. There is no part of our pitch where we isolate a single joint and how we move. And so when you're looking at the drills talking about hip extension, yes, we do want hip extension, but we want triple extension. We want to make sure the core is braced and the core is upright, and we want all these other things. It's not just hip extension. You have to look at the whole unit. And so a red flag would be if you see something isolating a single joint.
And this is coming from like someone that's certified and knows what they're talking about too.
I am a certified strength and conditioning specialist with the NSCA, soon to be USAW certified also.
Woohoo. Another one that we saw, which Christina did a video on social media, but the throwing between your legs.
Oh, God.
Because again, when would you ever do that? Ever.
Or how about the variation we just saw where the back leg, instead of being on a knee, you're facing sideways and your back leg is on a bucket doing the same thing. Like, why?
It's about basics, like power line. Everything's going straight. Why are you stepping to the side?
Only for a curve or a screw, though. We're only going to change your power line for a curve or a screw. Everything else you should go straight on. And also, like, clearly changing your step is going to change the spin of the ball, because, you know, like where you step changes how your fingers move.
Yeah, that's another thing. It's not so much that you see in like drills for it on social media. You'll see like stepping across your line and like pulling your arm too makes the ball curve. And anytime like I have a pitcher come in and, you know, you ask them what's spinning the ball, because it sure as hell is not your arm. Like, what actually lets go of the ball? Your fingers. So the second you get tight, like, and start to pull, and, you know, you go into like the flicking your wrists and all of that. But the second you do that, your whole arm gets tight, and now your fingers like are tight. They can't work. So the looser you stay, the looser your fingers will be, and they can actually spin the ball, which makes the ball move, not this motion with your wrists, like, or pulling it across your body. Like, it just doesn't.
I mean, I think a lot of that came. So prior to 2003, travel ball was all at 40 feet. And so I think what happened was, and I've said, like, I don't think physics or biomechanics actually existed for softball pitching in the 90s. And so somebody came up with this idea, okay, we have this very short distance, so we need to figure out how to maximize movement. And so they started doing these other things that would create an optical illusion to make it look like it moved more, which maybe for 40 feet and for like what we knew about softball and hitting back then, maybe it worked, but we know better now. So this should not even be a thing now.
Essentially, there's a lot of misinformation put out there, and you as a viewer or a pitcher, a parent of a pitcher, a coach, you just have to be critical of what you see and not just accept everything that you see, or like ask questions too. Like, even on our posts, like, we encourage you to ask questions if something doesn't make sense or whatever, but asking questions, being critical of what you're seeing. I mean, again, it goes back to not believing that like something working your back leg is supposed to help you with the front leg resistance. There's a lot of drills out there that are meant to trap you and get your view, but not to actually help you. Just be aware of that. Not everyone has your best interest or your pitcher's best interest in mind.
And finally, the last thing is, you know, you have limited time to actually spend practicing. So you want to make the most of the time that you have. So everything that you do, we want to make sure transfers to your actual pitch. And that's really what it comes down to, is maximizing your time. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your effort. Don't waste your reps, because it's just going to slow down your progress.
Bye-bye.
That had a little country twang to it.
Bye. See y'all.